Do you know your purpose for being? You know who you really are and why you're here? Well, if you don't, this is the show for you. And if you do, congratulations, this is still the show for you, because we're going to give you the inspiration to live into it fully this year. And for those of you who don't know your purpose, our guest today is going to empower us to remember who we are and why we are here, and to truly live our purpose and our mission now. Joan of Angels is an oracle of ancient wisdom, spiritual advisor, chiropractor, public speaker, a dedicated wing fluffer. Wow, what is that? We're going to find out. A visionary artist, and we're going to see her art, influencer, model, and actress. As a wisdom keeper, she has helped gather earthly galactics, light workers, and starseeds to step into their visions and live their mission. And that's what this show is all about. I am Heaven Hope, and this is Conversations with Goddess. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and joining the family of light. We're here to empower you. We're here to inspire you. We're here to make sure that you really go for it this year. So make sure to watch all the way to the end, because Joan is going to be pulling some cards from her oracle deck and giving us a reading for what this year holds for all of us. I am so excited to have my beloved Joan of Angels here joining me on Conversations with Goddess. Welcome, Joan.
So excited to be here. It is really exciting. Heaven Hope.
Heaven Hope, Joan of Angels. There's something kind of meant to be about that, don't you think?
Well, I think we're meant to be together here in the heavenly realms, sharing this wisdom from the celestials.
Yes, and bringing that heavenly frequency down here onto Mama Gaia. And boy, oh boy, is she really calling out, saying, wake up, children, wake up, everybody.
Because with the state of the world, my friend, miracles are needed.
Yes.
And that's why I feel tingles as we're together today.
Praise the goddess, because she brought us together when we were both on vacation in Mexico. And when we met, there was like instant connection, instant recognition, and instant alignment. And we're going to focus on purpose today, right, Joan?
We absolutely are. Stepping into your soul purpose, knowing why you were sent down here, what skills you came down here with, because they did not send us down here empty-handed. We volunteered. They knew that we could do the job here. Mm-hmm. So that if we could regain our memories, restore our power, our light, we will accomplish together what we all came here for.
Absolutely. Agreed. Like memories of when we were connecting for the first time on our vacation. And we were supporting each other as we are continuing to do. And you came to me with your oracle deck and said, pick a card. So now I'm going to come back to you and say, please pull out your fabulous oracle deck.
I can feel the deck like just really vibrating. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure it's that we're together. There's something that's magical that I expect everyone out there will be able to feel.
Are you all feeling the juju, the magic, the energy? Are you ready for some miracles? I think this is the year of miracles.
Well, yes, for several reasons. One is that intervention of the divine and miracles. But two, we've all worked together for this for a long time. And this is the time that we've been waiting for, and we can feel it in the air. Years ago, I was told that my mission was impossible, except for miracles. That it would take a miracle to accomplish what we're doing now. So the cards are getting juiced up.
Okay.
And, let's look at that. We're calling in. We're going to pull two cards. One is your personal miracle, and one is the global miracle, the miracle that comes from heaven down through us into the earth. And this is for everyone. This is a do it card. You have to do it with me.
Okay.
So fluff your wings back. Okay. And I don't know about you, but I feel more angelic when I do that.
How do you fluff your wings? Because you are also a wing fluffer. That's in your bio.
It starts with this energy of just bringing those wings back.
Okay.
Otherwise known in earth terms as your scapular, but they're really actually known as your wings. For years, if you have pain back there, I used to imagine that they'd take out my wings and change them up, just so you know. But So when you bring back your shoulders, the next step in the wing fluffing process happen is to feel the presence of your angels on either side of you.
Mm.
And they're there to help you actually take out your feathers that have been put in the drawer or in the attic and have gotten oiled and tarred. They're taking out each feather and they're bringing life back into it. They're oiling it. They're putting essential oils on it. They're removing centuries of grime, of centuries of shame, centuries of all that stuff that kept angels and wise women from stepping into their power.
And ancient oracle priestesses, etc.
That is right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was so unsafe. So as my guides have assured me that we've been promised that this lifetime we will succeed. They're cleaning them. They're getting ready to start to spread and to start to be empowered and so you can fulfill your destiny as a higher dimensional being here. So do you feel it?
Is that when you open that area, your heart chakra opens as well, right?
Card that we pulled personally, which I think is very interesting, is the first thing to embrace is the angel of love.
I love it.
Ones, you can do this. I am always with you.
Oh, I love it. I love the angel of love.
Going directly into your heart.
Beautiful. I receive that. I give thanks for it. I celebrate it. And I'm also knowing that I am divinely guided, guarded, and protected by the angel of love. She goes before me. She surrounds me. She indwells me. As priestesses, we might as well just move into anything that's being activated, whether it's a prayer, whether it's something that we're speaking into creation, which, by the way, I remember on Christmas when we all went out to dinner, all 9 of us at the table, and we were sharing our intentions for the new year. You and I sat next to each other, and I just so appreciated your excitement and your enthusiasm. And you just jumped out of your seat after everybody went around. You went, wait, I've got to do this right. I'm going to declare this intention. And this is how we're going to do the show. We're going to do it with that level of intention, that level of absolute commitment, and knowing that whatever we are speaking and believing and embodying and transmitting, we are knowing that it is coming into total transmitted, embodied creation.
So it is.
So it is, and so be it.
Because it is true. Every thought, every word spoken, and when it comes from us, it needs to even be higher and more purified. And, you know, we anchored in those visions on New Year's Eve when we were up on the deck watching multiple fireworks around Playa del Carmen.
Yes, I have pictures of that. And I'm actually wearing the same outfit from that night. I decided to wear my little red dress, except it's a little cold here. So I ended up putting on my white fluffy coat.
Your wings.
My wings, right. It kind of looks like wings. And now that I put on my gloves, they really do look like wings. Here we go.
So cute.
The next card that you're pulling is for the entire planet. For Mother Earth, everyone who is watching, all our beloved brothers and sisters, our family of light around the globe.
And this energy goes round and round and round. And the angelic ones are circling the earth. The angel brigades are gathering, spreading their celestial wisdom and miracles for the planet. And they are calling forth the rainbow warriors.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love it.
And this is it. You know, I said soul mission. Mm-hmm. Your talents and your skills are required now.
Yeah.
More than ever in the history of the planet, this is what we all came down here for. And this is why I think we suffered other lifetimes to actually be empowered in this one, in full awareness of why we're here, our talents, our gifts, and our skills. To be one of the chosen ones, which is to be here now, we must choose. So as Heaven said, every word counts. Every thought counts. It's time to remember you chose to be here now.
Every choice counts. Mm-hmm.
Every choice. And you're needed now. Your talents, your skills, your memories, your intentions are all needed now. And how do we get there, my dear friends, all my Rainbow Warrior friends? It's by waving your magic wand. Now, you don't have to have a magic wand. You could use your hands to work with energy and to send it. But having a magic wand is a lot of fun, I have to say. Having a crystalline magic wand that has all these colors on it is also very fun, but it's a matter of using your energy.
Beautiful.
The Love Angel and Rainbow Warriors.
Angel of Love and the Rainbow Warriors. How does it get even better than that? I love it. I knew we would have so much fun on the show. We're having such a good time. Okay, and what is your purpose, Joan of Angels?
Oh my goodness, this is so interesting. I'll tell you why. What goes around continues to go around. So when I was 30, I went to a visioning workshop that was put on by a woman by the name of Lisa DeLongchamps, who keeps coming as the way I met your dear friend Yasos.
Right.
And so I went to this visioning workshop. I had just started my life as a chiropractor. In this workshop, I'll never forget, I had a vision, and there was a glowing goddess behind me dressed in white and really powerful. And I was dressed in white with huge wings. And we were standing on the stage in front of the Greek Colosseum. And millions of people were crawling by or on their wheelchairs or crutches. And they'd get in front of myself and this amazing goddess that we were just waving our wands. Isn't that interesting? We were waving our hands and our wands. And as the people walked by us, they stood up, dropped their crutches, and went off to live their destiny. Their power was turned on. Since that time, I have felt that I'm here to heal and inspire and wake up people, raise their vibration, and turn their power on again so they can do what they came here to do. So of all things, that is really what I've been doing ever since then. I used to end every adjustment with this one phrase. It's like, we've turned your power on. And that's what I have to go on to live their best life and do their destiny.
Exactly the purpose of this channel. This channel is about empowering you out there, the viewer. And this is the perfect show to begin this new year with. And we're feeling the shift in the energies where everyone is really starting to light up and they're feeling their power and they're also reawakening to their ancient knowing. That's something that we had a conversation about. We were talking about memories flooding in from your past. Would you care to share any of that?
So this has been an amazing time for me. You know how I started the invocation when we started? I said, well, those wings that were covered in grime and shame and losing your life. I was able to see so many lifetimes and understand that because I fell so far, but because I had high priestess, the pain and suffering I endured was almost insurmountable. Even in this lifetime, I've only was given fragments of my memory until recently. Recently, it's like a huge Band-Aid has been ripped off to remember who I've been. And as I remember who I've been, and this is why remembering people is so important, once you begin to feel that you were a powerful goddess, you were a spiritual leader, you were a high priest, you were even the wife of a pharaoh, or that you yourself was the queen. Once you understand how powerful each and every one of your lifetimes was, no matter what position you were in, you can never go back. You can never pretend that you're a victim again, or that you're helpless, or that you can't be, you are the leader who you are. So these return of your memories, so you can actually see the entirety of what a powerful soul you are. And it takes a lot of power to come back now, by the way, and to be back here for these times, because these are the times for which we're called, because it's demanding people who are courageous enough to remember.
The bravest of souls, definitely.
The bravest of souls, absolutely.
Not for the faint of heart.
And for those who know, they're here. And if you don't know yet why you're here. I can say each of our main purpose is to actually remember and hold that light and raise that light and turn on that vibrational power that we have. That's our initial purpose, in a sense, is to reawaken that who we are and then claim it.
Do you have any tips and suggestions or tools for how people can remember and reawaken to that knowing of who they are, were, and how to embody that now?
I went into a deep meditation, and I was in the middle of really feeling the energy of Hathor. So I was told that I was Hathor, and I'm writing a chapter about the archetype of Hathor. So in order to do that, I said, okay, I'm just going to go into a deep meditation. And I didn't purposely invoke her, but I've been reading all about the ancient ones and Egyptians. Sat here at the desk, and I did a process I teach people forever, which is you put your roots down to the center of the earth, and then you send your antenna up to the heavens. But I found myself sitting inside of first the statue of Ra, the Egyptian Ra, the sun god, and then his consort Hathor. But first, I was literally suddenly inside of Ra, and my feet, with those roots going down the center of the earth, were going through his feet and grounding through his feet into the earth. And this antenna was going up through his headdress and then Hathor's headdress, their crowns, all the way up to the heavens. And I'm inside, very huge, large, marble-like figure that was asleep until I got inside it. And by putting my feet down that way and my antenna up that way, this ancientness was reawakened. And there was electromagnetic energy coming, and the statue, which I'm sure I'll see when I'm in Egypt, came to life. Later, I was reading about the Egyptian magic, and that's a tool that Egyptians used to use. Literally, if you want to embody the goddess, sit down and imagine yourself then grounded to the earth and the heavens, because we are those conduits, and then see yourself inside that figure that you identify with. You can see yourself inside the Christ. You could see yourself inside the ancient Egyptian ones or the fairy, those beings that you wish to be like.
The ones that you resonate with automatically, and it's no accident why you resonate with them.
Hathor was known for her beauty, and her beauty was such that she would be sent out among the people to quell their fears, because they would gaze upon her beauty and they would feel that in their heart, that sense of peace again, that sense of balance and harmony, which the Egyptians strove for. And so her beauty wasn't vanity, which is what I really needed to understand, but was one of her gifts as the goddess. And the way that worked was that the people so appreciated that beauty that it literally lifted their hearts.
That's so powerful. And beauty is so healing. Tell me, why did you push away the beauty way? Because that was the path in your family. Everybody was so beautiful, but you didn't want to have anything to do with that.
Well, because my father was extremely abusive, so I had a very unhappy mother. And I soon learned that being seen it just was better not to be seen. I ran away at 3 years old, just so you know. And I hid in the closets. I used to tell everyone, even in high school, I took ugly pills so that I wouldn't be seen.
Oh my goddess, what a thing to say.
It's actually terrible. When I look back upon it, I understand my whole life. About 2 years ago, my mother came to me, and I had suspected this, but I didn't want to own it. She came to me in a vision, and she said, well, don't forget that you're the daughter of Cleopatra.
Whoa.
And that beauty runs in our family. It was like a direct, and it was like, oh my God, I guess I can't deny it, or I can't pretend to be humble or not. It's been a big thing for me my entire life. But that has to do with leadership, being seen, because the other half of great beauty, when you carry great light, is that wherever you go, people feel it. Their frequency is raised. You can't really hide it. So what I understood then was that by hiding my light, I have denied the world of a great light that can also raise the vibratory frequency.
Stars of the silver screen were known for their beauty. In fact, when they would come on the screen, they would light up the screen and it would just uplift everyone in the audience. That's why they were called the goddesses of the silver screen.
There's a special energy, absolutely. Oh, it's not a physical beauty. It's how you walk and how you shine and how you carry that light energy and that vibration. And that's been one of my biggest lessons my entire life. A push-pull between really being who I really am and being that other person who would prefer to be in the closet.
Either playing small or finally rising up and being seen and really holding and transmitting the living goddess frequency, which is something that I know a lot about.
You radiate it completely. One of the things I was really drawn to you, Heaven, was you're carrying and embodying this very, very powerful energy, no matter what, whether we were, out in the rain somewhere or hungry and not finding a restaurant, you never lost that energy of being that goddess and that energy of who you are.
Thank you.
And then here we are on a 3D realm and carrying the highest frequencies.
It's not an easy thing to do. I understand why people would shy away from it. I did as well when I was a little girl. But one day I woke up and I just said, why am I doing this? Why am I playing small? Who told me that I was supposed to play small? And I made the shift. And I think that for those of you out there who are listening and watching, where you might resonate with these issues in your tissues, as I might call it, because we all have them. We all have these issues in our tissues where we play small, where we don't feel good enough. We are not feeling worthy of embodying all our beauty, our magnificence, our power, especially as women. Throughout millennia, but I think now more than ever, it is absolutely crucial that we as women rise up and embody the living goddess frequency, because that is Mother Earth herself. She is the ultimate living goddess. And so when Joan tells us about standing and connecting with the energy of the earth, we're rooting into the heart of the mother, and we're drawing upon her energy, and then we're raising up to the heavens and reaching up and bringing that light down, and we become a pillar, literally, for heaven and earth to meet within our hearts. That just came through. I wanted to just radiate that out to all of you who are ready to hear it and who are ready to own it, because this is the year.
Repeated what I had said in a new way and anchored it in again. And I could tell you felt it.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I had to speak it. That's why I had to just go into the living embodied prayer, which is what I do as a priestess. And that's another thing about the goddess Hathor, is she was also the goddess of dance as well as beauty. She was goddess of sensuality, being in the body and really enjoying being in the body and really loving, moving, dancing, celebrating, radiating the living goddess frequency. And that is what I am all about, unapologetically. Thank you very much.
Reminded me, I've been about that in many parts of my life too. The dance, the music, the celebration. To bring that back in is actually very joyful and is needed now.
We need to dance the dream awake. That is oftentimes what I've said in ceremony. And I invite people to come into the circle and to just dance the dream awake, the dream of heaven on earth. How does that happen? By us embodying that, by us breathing into our hearts, by us fluffing our wings, by us breathing in the light of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, full spectrum, ecstatic embodiment. That is what I'm all about this year. Who would like to join me? Woo! Of course, Joan would raise her hand. I love it. Well, we've already started that. We did that in Playa del Carmen when we were on vacation. And it was really an amazing experience being there with all these other creators, because we were all people who had channels, and we decided to share a space, and we really all spent some time connecting, getting to know each other, and recognizing how we're all in alignment. We all have the very same calling and the same vision, which is bringing heaven to earth and helping people to wake up, because it is time. The time is now. This is the time. If there ever was a time, this is it.
And the good news is that it's like the system is turned on for us for success as we step into it. We just need to embrace it and remember it and just hold steady.
And to give thanks for it, and just to know that we are not alone. There are many of us that are waking up, and you don't have to do this alone anymore. I'm here with you. Joan of Angels is here with you. We're here to remind you of who you are and why you are really here. And the time has come to live your ultimate, highest embodied frequency in this or any lifetime. This is the time. So wake up. It's time. It's time to wake up.
So well said, so well said, so well said. I could feel the vibrations coming and just emanating. When people are living the purpose, then everyone around them starts to be freer and their vibration raises, and suddenly they have the freedom to break those soul contracts that have kept them bound and limited for lifetimes. It always takes a way shower and then another way shower. And when people see, oh my God, look, she's crossed that bridge, look at her, then you know, you turn around and they start to step into their own power.
I am so delighted that you decided to take on the name Joan of Angels. I love that. And sometimes I hear you say Joan of Arc as well. Is that an archetype that is sort of blended into Joan of Angels?
From my very early childhood, I always thought I was Joan of Arc. I was just infatuated with her and wanted to be her. It was like, if I had that ever happen, would I be brave like Joan of Arc? Would I have had the courage to stand up in a time when people won't let you be different, you know, and say, I have this voice from heaven and I have to go see the king. But as a child, it was like, will I ever be able to do that? How do I so refine myself that if I burn on the stake, would I give up my life for? Because my vision, you know, and at that time I was really very much of a follower. So the fact that I had this archetype, Joan of Arc, is pretty impressive. But when I was named Joan of Angels in 2015, I'd been painting angels for a couple of years. I just moved to the desert, to Desert Hot Springs, so I call it Desert Heart Springs. I was having breakfast with this woman, Robin. I just met her, and she said, "What did you say your name was?" And so I started to say, "Oh, Dr. Joan Hangarter." She goes, "Ah!" She didn't want to hear it. The room stood still. Time stood still. It was a very busy cafe. I heard nothing. And she said, "I know," and she said it in that voice, "I know who you are." I heard it as thundering. Wow. She said, "You're Joan of," and I did. I thought she was going to say Arc. Okay. So she said, "Joan of Angels." And
I
when
love it.
she said that, I heard the trumpets ring and the Hallelujah chorus. I knew that was who I am. And at times, I also know that I invoke that energy of Joan of Arc also within me, and that I have within me, that I am a soul aspect of Joan of Arc. There have been things that have come up on my path the last year that really required me to ask, would I risk it all? If I had to, you know, not that I'm planning to, where do I stand? And I realized that in truth, I live my life, you know, fully, and I'm fully embracing this path I'm on.
Yes, you are. And I completely resonate with that and resemble that. Joan of Arc is an archetype that I absolutely feel a connection with. And I know that both of us embodied that archetype and that energy at different times in different lifetimes. It's not just Joan of Arc lifetime. It's that being willing to stand in your power and speak your truth, being willing to be unapologetically yourself, and also to be seen and to be heard and to speak up and to have a voice and to open that throat chakra for the divine feminine and for anyone on the planet who is in need of a voice, because there are many on the planet who are voiceless and afraid to speak up and don't have anyone to champion them. And I feel a particular calling. Ever since I was a little girl, I used to be the one who would stand up to the bully, or I would be the one who would take on the cause of someone who was being bullied. It just was unacceptable for me to have anybody treat another human that way.
Interesting. Because as you were saying it, I was remembering lifetimes when I've been both, when I have spoken to the gods and stood up to the bully, but the lifetimes when I didn't. There's a lot of talk about how the patriarchy is really kind of stuffed right here in our throat chakra. And as you were talking, and I'm reviewing these lifetimes, where that it's like that fear is so stuck in people's throat chakra that you can't speak your truth because you'll lose your life. It's been a self-limiting contract that we've continued on because there's that fear in the body. But to speak it means that we know that it's there now.
This has been such an epic, amazing show. The energy has been phenomenal. And we're going to wrap it up today with a third card from the Oracle deck of the Oracle herself, Joan of Angels. So what's the final card we're picking?
For the all. This is for, where we're going, what we need now to hold steady. And this is the answer to your prayers. This is a beautiful card. I'm going to tell you about it first. It's called the Master Teacher is appearing. We bring you wisdom from the stars. Align and integrate and remember who you are. And there is a Master Teacher here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And the Master Teacher was created. It's from a piece of art I did that was when I was in Sedona meditating. The mountain opened up. From the mountain came several ancient wisdom teachers, and this is one of them. Yeah. And so to look within, the answers will lie within where the master teachers reside. Also a time to find an oracle or a master teacher as well to have assistance. But the card is we bring you wisdom from the stars. Because why? This is the year to align and integrate and remember who you are. So the card sums up, well, you have two master teachers here, two master angels right now in front of you, but align, integrate, and remember. The wisdom does come from the celestial realms, from the stars, and from Source on how to really fluff your wings this life.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Joan of Angels. That was the best oracle reading of the year, in my opinion. Each card was absolutely perfect. Beautiful art that I used in the show today was created by Joan of Angels herself once the master teacher awakened those gifts within her. So thank you so much for joining us today. And this is just the beginning of many beautiful co-creations for the highest good of all concerned. Blessings to you, Joan of Angels.
Very exciting to be with you, my friend.
I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for joining us. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I close every show with a blessing song from the goddess that she gave me to sing to you. For all time you are loved, even more than you can know. And with each passing day of life, we watch you as you've grown to be more full of wisdom, radiant and divine. Oh, dear soul, you're a masterpiece, a miracle design. So may the goddess bless you and keep you all aglow. And we wish you loving kindness. And may all blessings flow